Welcome to What's New in Polaris 6.2 webinar. My name is Sarah Dixon, and today we are going to look at all of the new features available in Polaris after the upgrade happened on March 11th. So we will first look at what has changed in TrackPack, then we will look at what has changed in the staff client, and lastly we will look at all of the changes to Leap. This webinar will be available on our website shortly. If you have any questions, please let me know. So I'm already logged into TrackPack. You can see my name here at the top. And so the biggest feature to come with 6.2 is one-click hold requests. If you are logged in, you can just click on a title. And instead of going to place request and pressing all the buttons, or all the clicks, you can just do a one-click request. And then it'll let you know that the request has been placed for pickup, and it'll be for your patron branch. So this is really handy for placing holds if you are going to be placing quite a few holds. So there are some new novelist features available on TrackPack when you're searching. So I'm just going to search for a title. And if it's currently out, we'll just take a second to show you. I'm not sure why it's not loading right away. If it's currently out, you will see similar titles available now appear. And basically this means, so if you can't find this title and you really wanted to read it, you can click on similar titles available now, and it will show you titles that are available within Track that you can place a hold on and get sooner than the title you were originally looking for. The other new feature is that you can now see, and TrackPack's loading a little slowly today, so for some reason it's not showing. So I'll just show you in the What's New document. Not every title, but some titles will now show you the Goodreads rating as well as the Lexile rating. So it'll show you out of 5 stars what the book was rated, and you can actually click on the numbers and brackets beside the stars, and it will open up a window on top showing you some of the reviews. And in regards to Lexile rating, if you clicked on the number, it will show you what the different Lexile ratings are and what they mean. So now I'll go into full display. Another improvement is that you can copy the URL when you're in full display and paste it into another browser, or if you wanted to send an email to someone. Either way, this is now a specific URL for this full display. Previously, you would have to go under share and share it that way because it didn't have its own specific URL. The other thing that's a new feature in TrackPack is you can paste the patron's password on the login page. So if a patron has a password that's more complicated than the last 4 digits of their phone number, and they use a password manager, they can go into their password manager and copy and paste it into the password field of the login page. So there's only one change in the staff client, and that's the charge alert threshold. And so each library can decide if they want to turn this on. So basically, when it is turned on, the system displays a warning message if a staff member adds a charge to a patron account that exceeds the charge alert threshold. So this is handy in case a patron or a staff member added an extra digit and meant to accidentally charge the patron $600 when they were supposed to charge them $60. So if you're interested, please contact someone in client services and we can add a limit so that way this pop-up will come up in Polaris. Okay, so now we'll go into Leap and we'll first start in circulation. Okay, so when you're checking in an item, you can now double click and it will bring you to the item record if you want, or you can double click on the patron name and it opens up the patron's account. So next we'll look at the find tool. Oops, sorry. Next we'll look at the work form tracker. So previously we only had a current tab and it would show you all of the tabs that you currently have open if you haven't closed everything. But now we also have a recent tab where you can see previous patron records, bib records, or item records that you had open. And this can be really handy if you had closed something and a patron comes back or a family member comes back and you wanted to go into a record that you had closed. And you can choose how many items and bib records and patrons are appearing under settings, which is underneath your login, and then work form user defaults. And then under the work form tracker, you can choose this default is 2 for each, but you can choose to make it something different if you'd prefer. Okay, next we're going to search for a specific item record. And so one new feature is that you can see the circulation status where the cover of the book is, or if there was no cover, it would just be grayed out, but it shows you at the bottom of the cover what the circulation status is. So this can be very handy as well. It's quick and easy to see what the circ status is. So now we're going to look at record sets. So you could always create a record set, or you have been able to for a while, but now you can actually make bulk changes for record sets. So I'm just going to open one up. And so now under Actions, you can click on Bulk Change, and it's the same as in the staff client where you just choose which fields you want to alter, and then it will change it for every item in the record set. The new feature to Leap that's really cool is that we have an ad hoc bulk change under this Actions tab. So if I just wanted to change a few of the titles in this record set, I can do so by checkmarking them and then choosing ad hoc bulk change, and I would just change those specific items in this record set. You can also under Actions choose to export if you wanted to open it up in Excel. Under Utilities, you now have the Holds Request Manager. And I'm just going to double click on one of the holds that I have. You can also now choose under Actions to return, deny, or ask me later, and those were not available before. So you can also view the holds queue. And I'll just search for a title. And you can filter the holds queue by patron name, patron branch, status, pickup branch, volume, issue, request date, and expiration date. So let's say we just wanted to look at who from Yellowhead had this on hold. We could take a look and see how many patrons. So this can be handy if you're trying to decide if you want to purchase a title because a lot of your patrons are waiting for it. You can't alter the holds queue, but you can view it if you'd like. So another thing you can do is under the holds queue, you can change to all hold requests. And let's say you had the hardcover copy of a particular title and a bunch of your patrons placed holds on the paperback copy and they're not going to get it for a while because there's a lot of holds placed on it. You can actually transfer to your record if you'd like by just checking off the names of the patrons that you want to transfer, and then hitting transfer, and then choosing the bibliographic record you want to transfer to. So this can come in handy if you want your patrons to get an item that you have available right now or available sooner, instead of waiting for a long time. Okay, we'll just go into patron records. And under registration, you can now reset a password in Leap. And then you can also choose to go to account, and you can print a list of all the fines and fees. It's grayed out because I don't have any fines and fees currently on my account. The last thing I want to show you is keyboard shortcuts. So if you are using Leap a lot, it's really handy to know the shortcuts. So just under Help, Keyboard, a list of all the shortcuts come up, and the newest one that they've added is Save, which is Control-Shift-Z. But again, if you're using Leap a lot, check out and check in using the Control-Shift-1 for checkout and Control-Shift/ for the other can be really handy to get to the screen you want to quickly. Okay, thank you very much for attending this webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact someone in client services. Have a great day. Thank you.